Yes, hello. Good evening. Welcome. Metal Compline for today. When we will be using exclusively the lyrics of the amazing Witch Hazel in our liturgy tonight, as well as usual music, some new music tonight, Time to Reflect, and of course a reading from the Metal Bible, metalbibleinternational.com. So I shall now shrink. I have my hello Claire. I have my evening infernal fire tea, black metal black tea. No, black metal tea. The other one's black tea, black metal black tea. The infernal tea from Infernal Sea. So, a heads up on the question for tonight. Whence has the veil between the corporeal and the metaphysical realms felt thin to thee? Whence has the veil between the corporeal and metaphysical realms felt thin to you? Hello, Nigel. All right, mate. Hello, Mother. So, chance to think about that question before we get to it later on in the evening. If you want it in English, I thought I'd make it sound more metal. But it's basically, where recently have you glimpsed that sense of the other, something bigger than ourselves, something we might call the ground of our being, the divine, I don't know, whatever phrase you want to use, something that's taken outside of yourself. I hope the meeting goes all right at church, Nigel. Just to say, after last night's OBS trial back on Zoom, because that really didn't make anything better, did it? No, it didn't, let's be honest. So back on Zoom, back in the Zoom. So some music while more folk gather and while we reflect on the question. This is new music. There we go. I've been listening to Witch Hazel all day, Prelude and Witch Hazel 1 Sojourn, because tomorrow is the day, oh happy day, when Witch Hazel 3 Pentecost is released. Shameless plug. The website is on the screen, witchhazel.bandcamp.com, and the wonderful Colin, vocalist, guitarist from the band Witch Hazel, has been in touch. Been in conversation. He may possibly pop in this evening, but as it's the night before the album is released, we've been getting back from work and literally packing the boxes of the pre-order of albums and merchandise ready for tomorrow. But amazing. Colin has agreed to come on next Thursday. So next week, live here at Metal Compline, which will have a conversation with UK rock legends. What a band that a band that Metal Hammer describe in their review of the album Pentecost. This month's magazine describe Witch Hazel as one of the coolest bands around. And they're going to be joining us. So the album will have been out for about a week by then, just shy of a week. So we'll have had a chance to listen to it and we can talk about that, as well as various other things. So massive thank you to Colin for agreeing to do that, and above all the best for tomorrow and the new album, Witch Hazel. So check them out, witchhazelbandcamp.com. So we're going to use exclusively Witch Hazel lyrics. I'm going to share some of those tonight with you as our liturgy. And so before we gather, these words: I see wind on the trees, but his face I've never seen. How can I really tell? I'll wait for the answer. I'll pray for the answer. I'll wait on the wind. From the song Wait on the Wind. And of course, directly after this Metal Compline, I shall be posting the updated Metal Compline, the music playlist link to YouTube, where you can get your earbuds all around the Witch Hazel songs from tonight, as well as going to witchhazel.bandcamp.com and checking out the sounds there and maybe supporting them with a purchase. So there we go. Let's gather. Oh yes, sorry, got carried away. Oh, got Witch Hazel up then. Hello, Catherine. Hello, Sally.
As moon rises, the sun slips sight. Begins the ritual of this night. For those convinced their path is right. Gathered from north, south, east and west, yet called at another's behest. Those treading the path that is left.
Get ready.
From near and far, come as you are to this place and embrace this space as darker.
Hello, Hugh. I bet you're a Witch Hazel fan.
Of water, spirit, earth and fire, confessing the sins of empire, we come with our wounds and desire. Sensing that we are not alone, drawn to the flame that guides us home, for here you, me, and yet to be. Importance and signs of these times, for the sake of all those maligned, is yet
dry tones for Witch Hazel
of the divine.
Pentecost Eve album bounce, circle pit, whatever. Let it out. Take a moment to thank Master Arian Brintolly for 1, 2, 3, 4 poo emojis and some poo coloured hearts. Lovely. Thank you very much. So, some Tusen Tack North for 1,000 thank yous. What has made you feel grateful today? What has lifted your heart, your soul, put you back in touch with the core of your being, who you are, giving you a bit of a spring in your step, a bit of hope, whatever one of those things are, as we think back on the day and just remember those moments and have them brought to mind. Some more words from Witch Hazel, this time from the song Barrow Hill. Fresh air is greeting me as I am feeling weak, giving me strength to carry on. Wind brings a lease of life, rain is a sacrifice. I found a place where I belong. Let's Tusen Tack it, people. Oh yeah. But hey, maybe all has not been great today for you. Maybe stuff hasn't gone quite as you expected. Life's done one of them today. Maybe things have hurt you. Maybe you are worried and anxious in terms of mental or physical health for yourself or somebody else, or stuff in the news has got to you. So we can lay those things down. Evening, Patrick. Glad you're having another lie-in. Enjoying the break, even though not able to be away from home. I'm glad you're able to just have a different rhythm and pattern to life during this week, Patrick. So love and prayers to you. As we lay things down, some more words. Oh yes, I'm just going to keep going and going and going with the Witch Hazel lyrics. In fact, I'm going to keep going until everybody has bought a copy of their new album, Pentecost, from witchhazel.bandcamp.com. Oh yes. Anywho, these words might help us lay things down if we just want to just get some of that out of ourselves. There is no truth anymore. It seems there is nothing worth fighting for. We are our own deity. Fulfillment cannot be found in me. We have been deceived in an age of apathy. You can never know. You shall reap what you shall sow. We live in the dark ages. So dark, these dark ages. These dark, so dark ages. If that resonates with any of what you're feeling for whatever reason at this time, know you're not alone. We're here, and I clear those things down to a higher power, and we do that with these words. The principalities and will to power. The words. The principalities and will to power. The worms from within my own darkest hour. I confess. All the regrets. And the regrets. The burdens and the fears. The lament and the tears. For ourselves, for those whom we love, for all creation and all humanity, we lay them down, especially just offering all those anxieties about perhaps further restrictions. I'm thinking about other places in Europe where further COVID restrictions are coming in. Yeah, and if like others in here tonight, at this time of year, in terms of lack of sunlight, isn't good for your head, we lay that down too. And again, we're not alone. For So before I say my usual words, just to remind us that we have laid things down, I'm going to share more Witch Hazel lyrics. Yes, I am. Yes, 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 I am. Just to offer some assurance to you, you know. This is from the song Mighty King. He is mercy and power, everything he sustains, our home and a strong tower. He's the power we proclaim. Sing to him, for he is rich in mercy. How we adore thee for saving mightily. Giver of restoration, you are mighty to save. And whatever we think of ourselves, whatever other people have said about us or done to us, these words from Witch Hazel and the song Mighty King, there is no condemnation in such a mighty name. So there. And Jesus runs out to meet you with his arms open wide and says, come to me, and I will give you rest. May that rest, whether physical refreshment and rest, but psychological and emotional and mental rest and refreshment from anxiety or guilt or worry or all those things, be yours this night. So yeah, no, thanks for sharing that, Sally, and also Claire. And oh gosh, right, so COVID numbers are rising. Andy's gone to work and you feel helpless because you've been signed off sick. Oh, crikey. Oh, massive, massive prayers to you when we get to the praying bit, and now as well, and throughout, and always. Yeah, just, again, can we just thank you as a community here for everything that you and Andy have done, working within health settings. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And yeah, I know it's easy for me to say, you know, that, you know, you have done more than enough, and maybe now is the time to just take care of yourself, which is easy and glib for me to say, because I'm not in your shoes. But yeah, just pray that you will be able to be gentle with yourself and know how much we value not just what you do and what Andy does, but who you both are, and as a family as well, and that God does too. Yeah, you're awesome. So thank you. Oh, look, I forgot to put the laying down thing with another plug for the Witch Hazel website, which is witchhazel.bandcamp.com. Witchhazel.bandcamp.com. Yes, it is. So if you're liking these lyrics and they go and see what they sound like through music, you know the place to go. Witchhazel.bandcamp.com. Yes, yes. So I think we'll have a reading now. Yes, we will. James, is it reading time? Yes, it is. Okay. Get your metal Bible. I have my metal Bible. We're going to go back to Hebrews, and I brewed as well. I brewed some Infernal Fire tea from Infernal Sea. Oh. Thursday night. ASMR tea drinking. I just want to share something before we do this. So I don't know, that weird noise reminded me that anybody see that thing with Michael Fassbender and Greg James off of Radio 1 that don't play any heavy metal, apart from the Sunday Night Rock show. But they got them in doing sort of Halloween style nursery rhymes. It was the Humpty Old MacDonald one. It's like, Old MacDonald had a farm. Yeah. Oh. So it was quite funny. Well, it was in my head anyway. It made me laugh. Simple things do. Yes. So anyway, sorry, back to Hebrews. Having talked about what I brewed. Hebrews chapter 11. And we go into verse 32. Some more ASMR tonight. Metal Bible pages. Living. How much more do I need to say? It would take too long to recount the stories of the faith of Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, David, Samuel, and all the prophets. By faith, these people overthrew kingdoms, ruled with justice, and received what God had promised them. They shut the mouths of lions, quenched the flames of fire, and escaped death by the edge of the sword. Their weakness was turned to strength. They became strong in battle and put whole armies to flight. Women received their loved ones back again from death. But others were tortured, refusing to turn from God in order to be set free. They placed their hope in a better life after the resurrection. Some were jeered at, and their backs were cut open with whips. Others were chained in prisons. Some died by stoning. Some were sawed in half. Ugh. Oh, I think I need to put a sort of a pre-watershed warning on this. Good grief. And others were killed with the sword. Some went about wearing skins of sheep and goats, destitute and oppressed and mistreated. They were too good for this world, wandering over deserts and mountains, hiding in caves and holes in the ground. All these people earned a good reputation because of their faith, yet none of them received all that God had promised, because the kingdom that begins to be on earth as it is in heaven with the person of Jesus is not yet fully on earth as it is in heaven. So we're still going, yeah? For God had something better in mind for us, so that they would not reach perfection without us. So as we approach, sorry, I need my voice for this. As we approach All Hallows Eve, we hear a reading about ordinary people whose faith enabled them to take a stand against injustice and oppression. Ordinary people like you and me, who were saints in and because of their faith in God, and a time also of their faith, a belief and faith in a time when justice will be as above, so below. So I just wonder who have been, or perhaps who are the saints in your life, encouraging you in your faith journey, but also encouraging you to stand for what's right, for justice and against oppression. Impression? Impression? What? Oppression. And if you're so oppressed, sometimes it leaves an impression. But yeah, you know, who has helped you in terms of taking a stand in that way? Who inspires you in that way? And I wonder in what ways, in and through our faith, whatever our faith is, in a sense that things can and will be different and better, how can we too take a stand against injustice and oppression? So as we contemplate that, some lyrics linked to that from Witch Hazel and the song We Will Be Strong. We will be found with truth as our belt, so we can stand firm, and none can accuse those found in the King. Blameless body of salvation, we will be strong. So yeah, let's have a think. We can share that. We can also then share our thoughts on tonight's Methodist way of life question. Good evening, Joyce. Good to have you here. Yeah, so if everyone wants to share any responses to that Bible reading, and especially in terms of people who have been like saints to you, encouraging you in your faith and in life generally, and also any thoughts about how we can take a stand on issues of injustice and oppression. And also you might want to share, you might want to. There we are. You might want to share some responses to tonight's Metal Methodist Way of Life question under heading Worship. Whence has the veil between the corporeal and metaphysical realms felt thin to you? In other words, when have you had a sense of what you might call the other, the divine, the spiritual, whatever words you want to use? What does that mean? What kind of did it for you? During that music, I swooped the end of my Infernal 5T with the intention of kind of like, I had kind of going throwing the cup, not throwing the cup, but like moving my arm in such a way to kind of toss the tea bag from the cup into the bin. However, I kind of pulled it back a bit quick from my nose and I put infernal fire right up my left nostril. That made the veil between the corporeal and metaphysical realms a bit thin, I tell you. Oh dear. Yeah. Anything that anybody wants to share in terms of reflections on the Bible reading from Metal Bible, metalbible.international.com, and who have been our saints encouraging you, how we might be saints to others and stand against injustice, and how faith helps us do that. Whatever we mean by faith, and also what ways and places and how and people and why and how has that sort of have you encountered that sense of the other divine of God, of something that puts you in touch with yourself, your soul, your heart, whatever core of your being, whatever word you want to use, whatever you believe. Just be good to share some of those things. Hi Rachel. So we'll just leave a couple of minutes while people do that. If you want to type in, because I can't hear you. I'll kick us off, shall I? I suppose for me, hence going there for sabbatical, it is Whitby. I think I spoke before about going there during my first experience of kind of clinical depression, and just being around nature was really helpful for me, being outside, so being on this really rugged cliff, it's good. And the power of the wind and the greyness kind of spoke to my soul and guessed how I was feeling. Maybe because I don't know, I can't describe it, but I find it helpful. And then, yeah, sort of grey clouds parting as a shaft of sunlight. And I can only put it in words of it's like getting a hug from God, in a sense that you need to know how, but a sense that all would be well. Yeah, you know. So that's kind of my thin place. Is it because it's the site of an ancient monastery where people have prayed or worshipped and done spiritual stuff for best part of 1,000 years, over 1,000 years? Is that what it is? Can it happen in more mundane places? Like the Franciscans who deliberately engage in what looks like mundane work, mundane meaning of the earth, so earthly, ordinary tasks, and in the rhythm of those things, they encounter, and in their heads and their hearts, because their other parts of their body are busy, they encounter God. So what places or experiences have you had? Thanks, Sally. So through prayer, when the veil seems drawn back and the world becomes brighter, usually when praying with a friend, yes, unexpected, also on a hilltop, and all will be well in hazelnutty. Take Julian of Norwich, read The Dark Night of the Soul. Do I mean that? Do I mean you don't like the soul, Sally? What do I mean? But yeah, no. So she talks about all will be well and all manner of things will be well. And yeah, Google Julian of Norwich and Hazelnuts to find out more. Hello, Tim. That's interesting. Mum says Lindisfarne is her place, and Tim's just checked in with us from maybe not too far from there, possibly. Yeah. So there we go. Lindisfarne is a place, I know, for many people. Actually, when I was in the Viking Dark Age Warband, with the Viking Assassin Dark Ages Warband, our group were the ones allowed to stay on Lindisfarne overnight in our kind of historically accurate Dark Age camp in the ruins of the abbey. That was pretty awesome. Until, yeah, other groups come and nick things from you in the night. But it's good to have you here, Tim. Love to everybody. Yeah, so it does seem those places seem the thing, but also, like Sally says, unexpected places and experience when you pray. Yeah, perhaps things getting brighter and maybe even a bit yellow, not in a Coldplay way. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Revelations of Divine Love. Divine Love Sheffield. What? What? She wrote it in Sheffield. I know what you've done there. That's Love Sheffield, the Facebook group, isn't it? It's just auto-corrected. But I'm sure Julian of Norwich and Jesus loves Sheffield as well. Thank you, Catherine. Usually on the end of your rope. Yeah. But when you do get to that stage, you hear God. Yeah, in a sense that all will be well. That's fantastic. And maybe we need to get to that stage because that's actually the space in which we rely on God rather than ourselves, maybe. I don't know. Joyce was Lindisfarne too. Fantastic. Rachel going out into the countryside, yeah, particularly when going on the bus from Sheffield to Castleton. That's a surprise view, yeah. Oh, turning around that corner, yeah, totally. When like the Peak District just opens up and you can see the Ridgeway and Mantor and Win Hill, yeah, totally. Just that sense of, well, of nature, of creation, of space, of perspective, of height. But also for me, that thing of, you know, Mantor, the people, and Carl Walk here, that people were settled there, and that sense of history and of continuity, and perhaps a harking back in my soul to a simpler time, maybe. And that's why I like kind of history. Perhaps why I particularly like the sort of the genre and the music, the lyrical content, and the whole style. What's the word I'm looking for? You know, visual stuff that Witch Hazel are going for. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Thank you. I knew it was something biblical. Yeah. So, quote from Matthew chapter 5, verse 3. Thank you, Sally. You're blessed when you're at the end of your rope. With less of you, there is more of God and His rule. Yeah. That's really helpful. Thank you. Oh, thanks for sharing, everybody. That's been really, really helpful. And I know we're saying about anxiety about COVID restrictions, dark nights, all those things, that it might feel that some of the places that we have encountered, that thin place between the corporeal and metaphysical, the physical and the spiritual, whatever, realms, I think, oh, I can't go. And that can feel really hard. You know, and because those places feed our soul, our heart, they speak to who we are. I believe they speak to who we are, made in God's image, and who, you know, the uniqueness that is us in God. And brings that to life again, and spurs us on, and just makes us way, makes us sorry, I went all fast show then. But yeah, I guess I pray and encourage us to find, if we're not able to go to those places, to just be open to those experiences where we are, whether it's listening to metal, whether it's just being quiet, whatever it is that helps you tune yourself in to the other, the spiritual, divine, thing that is always there, but perhaps we need to kind of tune into it in order to see it, receive it, be aware of it. Maybe it's the garden, maybe it's the park if you haven't got a garden. Maybe it's walking in the woods, whatever. It doesn't have to be in nature either, you know. Speaking to somebody a couple of weeks ago, and for them, it's sitting on steps, particularly steps with a view, but that can be quite an urban setting, kind of in a city setting as well, and just noticing what's going on around. Yeah, but perhaps we might think about being a bit proactive in seeking that out during these times of tears and fears with COVID. I think it is the stuff that sustains us. And let's continue to share. If you find a new place, let us know. Let us know. Share it. So maybe we can try it. Not your actual place, maybe, but you know, different things that work for you at different times. Anywho, sorry, waffly. So let's pray, shall we? So from tonight, pray for those who are being able to have some time off. So Patrick, Tim, and Tim's family, Patrick's family. For those who are unwell, so Claire, but also just again recognising what you've shared in terms of you know how you're feeling with you know cases rising and you being at work and you know you needing to rest and get better, and just pray that you will have peace in that of just being held and that it is okay. And again, all will be well. And again, let's pray for all those who are worried and anxious about further restrictions coming in. Thanks, Patrick. Cool. Good conversation here today, a space where we sense God's present among us amidst concerns, burdens, joys. Yeah. But actually in the midst of that, thank you, Patrick. And it's I know it's coming up to Advent in about a month's time. And you know, I love John's Gospel and John's prologue. The light still shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. And somebody did a translation and translated it as from the Greek, the light still shines despite the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it and shall not overcome it. So again, you know, through perhaps spaces like this, we're able to share what feels like a bit darkness to us or stuff we're struggling with, and maybe through each other. And that sharing, that even that act of sharing it and getting it out is the way in which we are reminded and see that light, that veil again gets thinner between the you know what's in front of us and what's going on in the world, and that presence of the divine, the other, whatever God, whatever word you want to use, that it's there also. Yes. Let's pray also for those affected in another terror attack in France. Again, you know, it was in yesterday's news, and you know those refugees who died when the boat sank, but still someone's relatives, still human beings made in God's image, and wisdom for those in authority in many countries in terms of how we respond to those fleeing terrible situations, as well as those seeking a better economic life. And again, praying for the Sudan and the all those caught up in the rains and floods there. And so we thank you, God. Here it comes again for organisations like www.allwecan.org.uk. Yes, we do. And for people like Tim and Dean and Matt and all those of us who work for the organisation in this country and their partners on the ground in places like Sudan and elsewhere, who, you know, we're helping and making a difference on the ground. Some of the most vulnerable people before COVID are doing it during COVID and are doing it during that situation, plus COVID and plus, you know, natural disasters as well on top of it. Wow. And so, yeah, thinking about saints and people who inspire us, it's those people who inspire me. People like All We Can and their partners. because I just feel totally flawed and totally humble and I cry again. That's not very metal. No, it's okay. It's manly metal tears. It's all right. It's okay. Show emotion, people. That's part of what metal's about. It's the music. It's kind of an expression of our emotion, isn't it? Yes, it is. But yeah, just the grace and the humanity of people absolutely blows me away, and that reminds me that all will be well in a way that I don't understand and I don't need to understand. Let's just keep putting one foot in front of the other together. Yes. Sorry. Thank you for the all weekend plugs there in the chat. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh no. Road accident. Oh, crikey. So the victim of a road accident in Sheffield who's 13 and their family. Good grief. Amen. Quite. Yeah, thank you, Patrick. So looking, if we want to go and read Thessalonians, especially if you want to go and read it from our metalbibleinterntional.com, get one and read it in there, Thessalonians, which Patrick is highlighting for us, reminds us to focus on and imitate the example of Jesus, embodying each other, and therefore we build up the body of faithful believers, and we support each other, and we keep on being part of God's transformation of the world, bit by bit, in little ways, and God blesses it, and we will get there. Yes, we will. Yeah. So shall we offer all these prayers? You know, it's awesome not to be alone. It really is, just to know that we are here together. Honestly, thank you. To the one in whom all people and all creation have their being, may your kingdom come. Your will be done as above, so below. Sustain us for this day. Show us grace as we seek to show grace to those we feel have wronged us. Save us from the worst that is within us and within this world. For yeah. The kingdom, the power and the glory are yours. Heck yes, now and forever. Amen. Don't rush off because there's more Witch Hazel lyrics, people. Right? Yeah. So, you know, just I agree, Patrick. I think I feel a sense of that veil between we aren't separated physically. Well, that veil seems thin to me in this very point in time, in terms of a sense of connection together as we pray for and with each other and for the world. So that's awesome, and so that we can send each other with peace and with hope because of that. So we can say, may the peace of the all parents be ours this night, and in the time that is and will, yes it will, fully be with all people and all creation. Bada boom, bada ding. Oh yeah. Sorry, I have no idea why I did that. Oh dear. So until that time, these words from Witch Hazel and the song More Than Conquerors. Persecution comes our way. Death we're seeing every day. We are more than conquerors when we face deceiving evil ones. No angels, demons, life, nor death. Oh, just a minute, people. We have a very special guest. It's only Colin from Witch Hazel. Ah! Hi, Colin.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, amazing. Awesome to see you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. You all right?
Yeah, no, yeah, we're just, getting very excited, but yeah. So, thank you. Yeah, just, I know you've been at work. I know you've got loads and loads of stuff to pack up and send out for things, but yeah, is there anything you want to quickly say?
Well, no. What do I want to say? Well, I suppose thanks for the opportunity of the opportunity to plug the album, and thanks for what you've already done on social media. That's great.
No, that's all right.
Obviously, we really just want the reach and of the album to be as wide as possible, of course. And yeah, we're really excited about this album, and we just want to kind of really get it out there. And I'm sort of all over the social media stuff, so anything like this is great. I mean, I didn't get a smartphone until like last year, so I've been
Really?
utilizing the technology, yeah, because I'm a bit old fashioned, you see.
That's
So,
all right.
but I'm utilizing this technology now, and just trying to spread the word of the music and stuff. So,
Yeah.
thanks for having me.
No, it's all right. Well, I know at least, at least 3 people here have let me know, following last time I mentioned Witch Hazel, they've gone and checked you out and love the sound and the lyrics. Well, I didn't get round to it, but I think if you're coming back next Thursday, I might just get my what my other half calls a costume, but it's not. It's a replica period piece from the sort of that right point in time. So I might don that for next week. But yeah, I mean, do you want to tell us where we? Do you want to tell us where we can check out and listen and buy and support you guys?
Yeah, so I mean, the main place that we're really sort of sending people to is witchhazel.bandcamp.com. So you can either just type. What I tend to do is quite late. I just typed in things into Google. I think a lot of people do that. Just type Witch Hazel Bandcamp, and it comes up there. But it's the address is witchhazel.bandcamp.com, and that takes you to the site. And that's where you, from tomorrow, you'll be able to hear the full album. At the moment, I think it's just 2 tracks on Bandcamp, and you can pre-order. And then we got merchandise and stuff. We've got these. I think I've just been packaging up some things.
There are some fantastic bundles that you've got going in terms of vinyl.
Yeah, I mean,
tapes,
so
t-shirts.
some stuff's coming from our some stuff's coming from our label, but we've also got. I've been packaging up these patches, if you can see that.
Oh, awesome!
I've been packaging up these. So they're coming from us. Well, I say they're coming from us. I do everything, so they're coming from me. So I'm packaging up the patches, and we've got some t-shirts. And next week, what I'm really quite excited about is we've got some Witch Hazel football scarves. So we're going for that. So they're arriving next week, and then we'll start packaging them out. So if you're a true supporter of Witch Hazel, you need a Witch Hazel football scarf.
Well, I was going to say, as a Notts County fan, I definitely need a new football scarf that doesn't say Notts County on it. So yeah, we are atrocious. So it's definitely time, people. It's pledge your allegiance, get a scarf, and at some point we'll all stand outside and wave them when we can actually be outside and together again. That'd be amazing. Listen, I know. Really, really appreciate you dropping in. I know you need to go and do stuff, but just to say thank you. And if you're still all right next Thursday, we can chat more, learn more about kind of the band as a whole, where you guys are coming from, and talk about the new album. So I've been playing it non-stop for that. But so thank you, and so please do check out Bandcamp. Sorry, witchhazel.bandcamp.com, and please do support Colin and the rest of the band. UK rock, UK metal from sunny. Is it Lancaster? Are you guys in Lancaster? Yeah, right. So please do support them, especially during this time. Oh, Tim, my friend has just dropped your link in my other Facebook stream, so that's fantastic. So there you go. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate your time. But and all the best. Are you are you doing anything special tomorrow once it's out, or are you doing sort of media and stuff, or are you just all going to relax?
Well, to be honest, I think I'm just going to be probably depending on the weather. I mean, I went out with my kids today, so I'll probably be doing that again. Just taking them out into the rain.
Yeah.
Absolutely chucked it.
Yeah.
So probably it'll be just a normal day looking after the kids, to be honest.
Awesome.
I think I'll be on my phone when I can, sort of talking to people, saying thank you and
Yeah, no, it's all right,
um,
but
and or sorry you didn't like the album, depending
no,
on
no, no, no.
how it goes.
No, I don't think there'll be any of that. I think, you know, if Metal Hammer call you
It'll
one of
be
the
a
coolest bands around, you know,
There you
that's
go.
pretty good. But
There
yeah,
we
but
go. So
have a
yeah,
blessed
it'll be
day
a normal
tomorrow.
day for me tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
brilliant.
I hope it's good. Enjoy family time. All right. You take care, Colin.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. God bless, mate. Bye. Bye.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Oh. That was amazing. I mean, so Colin has been at work all day. He's coming home and literally putting stuff in envelopes and posting them out tomorrow. Uh, he's been with the kids. He's got kids tomorrow, and yet he's graciously taken the time out just to say hello and to see you lot. So yeah, you know, just you know, yeah, you know, we live in an age where you know people making music, they're ordinary people with extraordinary talent, and they give a message of positivity. They take us outside of ourselves. They give us hope. They give us, yeah, you know, if we need to lament, they do that for us too. So if you are able, support Witch Hazel at witchhazel.bandcamp.com. Please do. And Colin, bless him, we're going to come back next Thursday evening, so a week today, and we'll just chat more about the history of the band, where they're coming from, and also, yeah, some of the highlights on the new album when it arrives tomorrow. And just to say, yeah, if 2 tracks you can listen to from and buy from the new album are awesome, particularly Archangel is I think it's one of my favourites. Got a lot of good reviews, a lot of good publicity. But as of tomorrow, that whole album will be there as well. And if you do purchase, if you do make a purchase, especially if you get a scarf, send us Metal Methodist on Messenger. Send me a picture of you in your Witch Hazel scarf. That'd be awesome. And we'll perhaps get those to Colin in the band. So there we go. Right. What was I doing? Where am I? What's happening? Oh dear. Yeah, sorry. So sending. We've done the sending, and I was just going to share. I was in the middle of sharing lyrics from Witch Hazel when Colin joined us. So the lyrics I was sharing were persecution comes our way. Death we're seeing every day. We are more than conquerors. When we face deceiving evil ones, no angels, demons, life or death, present, future, height or depth, none can separate us from the one who was and is to come. And the words of one more Witch Hazel song, just one line from the song Still We Fight. In light of all that says, we've just said in the song More Than Conquerors, still we fight. And we do it together, and we do it step by step. Yeah, we're not alone. So I'll make it swing o'clock, people. There will be no Metal Compline tomorrow night because I should be sat in a darkened room playing Witch Hazel 3 Pentecost on repeat. Yes, so I'll hopefully see you the next couple of days or so, but not tomorrow night. Thank you for joining me. Huge thank you, big respect and love to Colin and to all at Witch Hazel. Yeah, and look, I totally hear and thank you so much for feeling able to share some of the stuff that's going on for you. And I pray that this is a supportive place for you, not me waffling on, but people and their comments and their support, and that just you know that you go this evening held by the one, the ground of our being, the all-parent, and so you may lie down and take your rest. For tomorrow is a new day, and God goes with you, within you, before you, and we and that great cloud of witnesses intercede and pray for you as you do for us. And that, if nothing else, can get us through the next minute, the next hour, the next day. So go well. And thank you for the blessing that you are because of who you are, as well as all that you do. So take care and let us, I said that wrong, let us sway. Ah, that was almost slick. Let us sway. WitchHazelBandcamp.com. The new album is called Pentecost. WitchHazel.bandcamp.com. And it can be feeling awesome. Yeah. Laters, potatoes, bless you, blisters and others. Go well. Amen.